About being a hoe.
Here we go again. It's that time of the year where the internet gets together and puts on its little church bonnet, opens up the comment section and says, today feels like a good day to drag a woman with that big W word. I hate the way that some men get so much enjoyment off a woman's pain. And this time, that woman is Megan the Stallion. Because apparently, if a woman raps about sex, looks good, makes money, has confidence, dates publicly, and a man allegedly cheats on her, somehow she's the problem. So the cheating ain't the problem. The lying ain't the problem. The I introduced you to my family and named boats after you and called you Miss Thompson ain't the problem. The problem is always her. Well, what does she expect? I don't know. Maybe honesty, you goofies. Maybe if you don't want to be monogamous, be a grown-up and just say that. Before the matching outfits, the family photos, and the boat christening. Damn. Dude, you named the boat after her? We're going to get to that. So here's the situation. Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson have reportedly broken up. TMZ confirmed the breakup through her rep and said she was ending the relationship because trust, fidelity, and respect are non-negotiable. Other outlets reported that Megan posted an Instagram story accusing Klay of cheating and saying he got cold feet after having her around his family and playing house. And since Klay hasn't said anything, I'm going to keep saying allegedly cheated. The breakup ain't the interesting part. I want to talk about the reaction to the breakup. Because the internet did what the internet always does. Instead of saying, oh man, he cheated? That's messed up. A whole section of people said, well, what did Megan expect? Look at her lyrics. Look at her past. Look at how she moves. Get out of here. She ain't wife material, which basically mirrored what Cameron and Mace said on It Is What It Is podcast. And Mace reportedly said, Klay didn't need Megan because he's 6'7", light-skinned, and has options. Really, Mace? Now that Klay is single, sounds like Mace is about to shoot his shot. He also brought up Megan's dating history during the discussion.
My song is called Wet Ass Pussy, right? Then she promotes having wet ass pussy and fucks mad other rappers, and then deal with a nigga he don't want to be monogamous and he fumble.
Man, that ain't relationship wisdom. That is barbershop foolishness. That is my uncle at Thanksgiving giving out marriage advice after being divorced 3 times. See, this is where we have to pause. Because the argument seems to be, Megan talks about sex, so she shouldn't expect commitment. She has dated people before, so she should not be expecting loyalty. The logic behind that doesn't hold water. Because there are women who are porn stars, who are married. There are strippers who are married. There are sex workers who are married. There are women with OnlyFans accounts who are married. And then there are, on the other side of that, there are church girls who get cheated on. There are virgins who get cheated on. There are women who have only been with one man who get cheated on. There are trad wives who cook, clean, submit, talk soft, pray, fast, wear ankle-length Laura Ingalls Little House on the Prairie skirts. So what exactly are we saying? The only common denominator between all of that is a man is cheating. And that's no one else's fault but his. Let's talk about the dumb lyrics argument, because people love saying, well, she talks about sex in her music. Okay, and men have been rapping about sex, cheating, threesomes, side chicks, hotel rooms, baby mamas, and every possible body part since the beginning of hip hop. Ain't nobody said nothing. Ain't nobody ever said, well, sir, because of your 3rd verse on track 7, you are no longer eligible for a woman's love. A male rapper can say the most outlandish, disrespectful thing imaginable and nobody says, oh damn, he just cost himself a bride. Nope. They say stuff like, oh, you hoes are being too sensitive. He just being honest. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. But when a woman does it, suddenly everybody's a 1950 school principal. It's 2026. Y'all corny as fuck for that. One commenter said, men don't care about a woman's success. Maybe they didn't initially until her success becomes louder than his. It is like old school thinking, not in a fun Miss Pac-Man arcade type of way, more in the problematic plastic on the couch type stuff. Because even if a man said he doesn't care about a woman's success, the relationship has to meet the real world. And in the real world, fame, attention, career struggles, public image, ego, and insecurity can absolutely affect a relationship. Which brings me to a part of this story people ain't talking about. Let's look at Klay. Klay Thompson is a legendary basketball talent. Let's be clear. This is not a Klay is a nobody diss. He's a champion. He is well known in basketball circles. He's among the basketball elites. But his past season with the Dallas Mavericks was rough. We can all admit that. ESPN lists his 2026 season. He's averaging 11.7 points a game. And the NBA.com described his season as a career worst. The Mavericks were 21-48 in games with Klay this season. So while Megan is out here popping up on movie sets, getting Broadway level attention, doing Dunkin' Donut collabos, performing on sold out shows, and still being a cultural force, Klay is struggling. Maybe he didn't care about his woman's success until he started to feel kind of unsuccessful. And the truth is, people sometimes feel more comfortable loving you when they feel bigger than you. So let's be real. Some men can handle a successful woman and some can't. But when her star is rising and his is 11.7 points a game, that's when the ego starts talking junk. Then comes the mood swings and the insecurity. And before you know it, out of nowhere, I don't know if I can be monogamous. Man, what? I know you didn't. I just made your daddy a peach cobbler. My old heads remember Halle Berry and Eric Benet. I feel like this situation is similar. Eric Benet, a singer, was successful in his own right, talented, handsome, had a good career. But Halle Berry, was Halle Berry. And when that marriage fell apart after cheating issues, a lot of people looked at her and said, how do you cheat on Halle Berry? But that question assumes that one particular person should be enough. Cheating is not always about the woman not being enough. Sometimes it's about the man needing to feel like he is enough. A lot of times, cheating is just about validation. It's about proving to yourself you still got it. It is about finding somebody, anybody, that sees you in the image of your past glory. Meanwhile, your partner is dealing with the reality of you. So when people say, how could somebody cheat on Megan Thee Stallion? The answer might be, because it ain't about Megan Thee Stallion. It's about Klay. People cheat on everybody. People cheat on beautiful women, successful women, faithful women, women with no body count, women with the ring, women with the baby on the way, women who teach Bible study. And you're an asshole if you cheated on Miss Barber. I'll tell you that right now. So blaming Megan's image or her lyrics, that's just lazy. Cheating is complicated. Here's the part that really bothers me. Klay knew who Megan was. This was not a blind date from Black People Meet. Y'all remember that? He knew who she was. He knew exactly who she was. He knew the music. He knew the public image, the fame, the swag, the fan base, outfits. He knew about them strong knees. We all knew about them strong knees. The whole assignment. So if a man enters a relationship with a woman who is openly herself, then later uses that same things he was attracted to as an excuse not to respect her, that is not about her reputation. That is about his character. You do not get to enjoy the benefits of dating a confident, famous, sexually expressive Black woman and then act shocked that she is confident, famous, and sexually expressive. That is like ordering hot wings and then writing a bad Yelp review because the wings were spicy. Sir, they said buffalo on the menu. Being able to get anybody does not mean you know how to treat somebody. Your options don't equal maturity. You can be 6'7" and still be a man-child. You can have a championship rings and still have a loser mentality. But if he pursued her, posted with her, brought her around family, let the world think that this was serious, and then allegedly cheated, then the question ain't whether he needed her. The question is, why waste your time? This whole situation exposes how fake the wife material conversation is. Because wife material keeps changing depending on whether people like the woman. If she's quiet, she's boring. If she's sexy, she's promiscuous. If she's successful, she's masculine. If she needs help, she's a gold digger. If she has standards, she is difficult. If she forgives too much, she's stupid. And if she leaves, she can't keep a man. And if she stays, she's stupid. So what exactly is a woman supposed to do? Because it sounds like the rules are designed so she loses either way. And for famous women, it is worse. The public does not just judge the breakup. They judge the woman's whole sexual history, her outfits, her lyrics, her friendships, her old relationships, her body, her face, her age, her money, her ambition, her tone, confidence. Meanwhile, the man gets reduced to, well, he had options. Well, he also had responsibility. And when we allow men freedom from accountability, we then give them permission slip to be manipulative, harmful, and immature. What me and Megan fans like about Megan is that she's authentic.
I'm about to be nice. I'm about to be the best person I could be. I'm going to treat you how I want to be treated, and hopefully you about to do that to me.
Right.
So it's kind of hard for me to sense sometimes when somebody's doing wrong, because why do I have to expect you to be ready to hurt me?
From the music to the personality to the cooking videos to the way she treats fans, and she gives you a full person. She is sexual, yes. She is also funny, ambitious, talented, educated. She's Southern, a little goofy, vulnerable. She's a businesswoman. She's not just the lyrics people want to weaponize against her. And that is what happens to women. People flatten them. They take one part of her image, the sexuality, expressive side, and they pretend that's the whole human being. But men do not get flattened like that. We are constantly told a man is more than his bad behavior, his lyrics, his past deeds, his past words, and he is deserving of some person's daughter loving him. I think people blame women because it's easier. If we admit that a woman can be beautiful, successful, loving, and still get cheated on, then we have to admit cheating ain't preventable by being a good girl. That scares people because a lot of relationship advice is built on the idea that if women behave perfectly, she can control whether a man hurts her or not. You can't. Women know it, and men especially know it. And listen, if somebody doesn't want to be monogamous, that's a conversation adults can have. There are people who are open, people who are poly. There are people who don't want commitment at all, who just want casual dating, and that is fine. But you don't get to act like a boyfriend, get girlfriend benefits, create a public relationship, involve your family, let somebody emotionally invest in you, and then suddenly want non-monogamy after you get caught allegedly cheating. Man, that's weak. But a lot of women know what it feels like to be blamed for what somebody else did. You got cheated on, people ask you what you missed. You got lied to, people ask you why you trusted him. You leave, people ask why you couldn't make it work. You stay, people ask why you don't love yourself. And at some point, can the person who did the thing be the person who did the thing? Can we start there? Because the speed at which people excuse men and investigate women, it is exhausting. And another thing, that boat name is the part that gets me. Because if a person I'm dating names a boat after me, girl, we reach priority status. You the one. I'm telling my mama not to talk bad about you. No, mama. No, I love him. I'm not thinking, oh, he's still deciding whether monogamy is for him. No. Once my name is on nautical equipment, we are serious. There ain't no casual. This is maritime commitment. You cannot be out here naming boats after me and then acting like, wow, whoa, 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 whoa. Who said we were exclusive? The boat did. The boat did. The SS Megan the Stallion did. We might be broke up on land, but in the water, the boat is the witness and did the vows. Dude, we are shipmates forever, forever, ever. So my final thought is this. If Megan and Klay broke up because he cheated, allegedly, then Megan is not to blame. Not because she is Megan the Stallion, but because cheating is a choice. And a woman's past is not the cause of a man's dishonesty. Her lyrics did not make him cheat. Her body did not make him cheat. Her confidence did not make him cheat. Her success did not make him cheat. If he cheated because he chose to. And what bothers me is not just the alleged cheating. It is the public hunger to punish Megan for being the kind of woman some people already wanted to humble. Some people don't want Megan or other women to be loved. They want women to be punished for being too free. And that is why every time a woman like her gets hurt, the internet says, see, she's a W. And W's don't deserve to be respected. What happened is what happens to women every day. A man allegedly made a promise he did not keep. And instead of asking why he did that, too many people asked why. She thought she deserved better. She deserved better because everybody does. Allegedly. So y'all tell me what you think about this video. Do you think people are being fair in this conversation? Do you think Cameron and Mace had a point, or do you think this is another example of blaming women for men's choices? And please do not come in my comments talking about body count unless you are prepared to submit your own relationship resume, references, credit report, and emotional maturity transcript. Comment, subscribe, and if you disagree, be funny. Because if you're going to be wrong in my comments, at least be entertaining.